With how fast-paced everything is going, this snippet of a video, it's a speech by Representative Eric Burlison at a DOGE hearing. Yeah, it's a little old in how fast everything's going. It's about a week and a half old. But I think it honestly puts into perspective what DOGE is doing, how bad the debt is, and how essential that what is going on is going on. People are talking about, oh, we still may need to borrow money. As DOGE is cutting spending, that does not mean that we start spending back, which, by the way, that's something that Rand Paul's been trying to do. But he gets turned down for capping spending. Okay, but we seriously need to listen to what Eric Burlison has said, and then we need to work to get what Rand Paul wants put into place. So let's get you into this video. And by the way, if you like listening to how making government more common sense based is needed, hey, hit subscribe down there. I am going to defend our having a government that makes sense and not supports one political party over the other. Why? Because while I am conservative, I am a minimal government conservative. It doesn't mean that I want the Republican Party to have any more power than I want the Democrat Party. Heck, at this point, I'm thinking that maybe we do need to have the Libertarian Party come in and upset these two political parties, because both of them are so corrupt. We need something like that. And I'm not even a fan of the Libertarian Party. But hey, let's get into this video.
Howdy y'all, this is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to speak frankly at first to the American people. We're nearing $37 trillion in national debt. What does that mean? That means that each and every U.S. taxpayer owes over $323,000. Okay? What does that mean? That means when the EPIC, which is the Economic Policy Innovation Center, says we have 18 trillion left. That's it. 18 trillion left to take out, and we're spending $2 trillion in debt every year. Folks, we're at the precipice of a debt, like a debt cycle. We are literally at a point in which the dollar will be worth nothing. What does that mean? And we know Social Security goes bankrupt in 8 years, right? Medicare goes bankrupt in 10 years. And then 15 years from now, the dollar is completely devalued and worth nothing. So what does that mean? That means your pension, the money in your bank, your savings is nothing. It's worthless. So what are we doing? We're trying to save this country. We're trying to save your pensions. We're trying to save your bank accounts. We're trying to save this country for the next generation, and it would be nice if we had help. But instead, we have people that are fighting us on this. And I think that I would hate to be in the Democratic Party right now, because you're in a really bad bind. You're having to defend all of this crazy spending, all of this crazy waste. So how do you do it? You do ad hominem attacks. You attack the messenger. Oh, Elon Musk, right? He's rich. He must be evil, right? That's the attacks. Really? You can't do any better than that, right? Let's talk on the policy. Help us. We're trying to save this country. This is and Elon Musk, who's making no money doing this, is trying to save this country. Why? Because he has invested in the United States of America more than anybody, right? So I think that we should embrace it. In fact, not a single company, governor of any state would ever turn down Elon Musk and his team of DOGE from coming in and providing free services to right the course and financially in any state or organization. It's ridiculous that we would demonize someone that loves this country so much. Mr. Whitman, the formation of agencies via the executive action is not new, right? The formation of DOGE is not new. Can you, are you familiar with any other previous presidencies where they've formed organizations like DOGE via executive action?
Yeah, so actually the agency that DOGE is occupying is one that was created in a previous administration, so it is something that happens routinely. But I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, there's been, the Office of Budget Management was created, Environmental Protection Agency was created, the U.S. Digital Service, which is now DOGE, was created all by executive order, right?
And actually one other I'd add is USAID was originally created through an executive order by President Kennedy and then later formalized.
And then, Madam Chair, I have a video I would like to end with that just, let's review, if we could cue that, to remind, and I want to remind my Democratic friends, at a point in which you once had the majority of the American people on your side, this is what your party believed in.
This report tells us how to cut waste, cut red tape, streamline the bureaucracy, change procurement rules, change the personnel rules, and create a government that works better and costs less.
I've read it, and where it says the president should, the president will.
Among the 800 recommendations, eliminating 12% of the federal workforce, merging some government agencies like the FBI, the DEA, and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, closing hundreds of government offices outside Washington.
From the day I took office, one of the commitments that I made to the American people was that we would do a better job here in Washington in rooting out wasteful spending. We thought that it was entirely appropriate for our governments and our agencies to try to root out waste, large and small, in a systematic way. It means cutting some programs that I think are worthy, but we may not be able to afford right now. A lot of the action is in Congress and legislative, but in the meantime, we don't need to wait for Congress in order to do something about wasteful spending that's out there. We haven't seen as much action out of Congress as we'd like, and that's why we launched on our own initiative the campaign to cut waste. And we're going to keep on finding every possible way that we can do that, even if Congress is not acting. There you go.
I think it speaks for itself. My time has expired.
You can like it, you can lump it, but we need to make some cuts. There is no reason that we are this far into debt. The last thing that I just looked, and this was the other day, I looked into it because I was in the middle of making a video and I at first said 3 trillion. Yeah, that's because for a redneck and for most people, $36 trillion in debt. You can't fathom that kind of money. Most people cannot fathom that kind of money. Most people just, hey, me, you wanna know what I would love to do? During the fall, I want to watch college football. I don't want to be thinking politics, but guess what? Can't do that. During the springtime, summer, I want to be out fishing. Matter of fact, I live in Virginia Beach, Virginia. There's a reason why there's beach in the name. I want to go out to the beach and look at all these pretty little tourist ladies out there in their bikinis. And by the way, I don't care what their skin color is. If they're a pretty little thing, I want to enjoy watching them. I don't want to pay attention to politics. Seriously, I don't. But you know what? Politics has gotten so stupid that this old man can't go out and do something that can't do things that he enjoys because he's having to think about all of this because I have a son that I don't want his future ruined. That's why I created this. I don't want my son's future to be ruined because people have, of my generation and before, ruined it. You know, I hear people talking about, oh, I can't afford a house. I'm doing this work. And I know some of these kids that are having a hard time affording a house. They're not out there spending all this money on Starbucks and all this other fancy shit. No, they're actually working. They're trying to raise a family. I want those people to have a shot. I want those people to be able to not just afford a house, but also once in a while stop by and get some Dunkin' Donuts, because I don't like Starbucks. Starbucks coffee I like. I don't like Starbucks. So, yeah, we need to fix all of this for those people. But hey, this has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. Folks, I just want to say thank you for listening. I want to thank you for taking your time. I want to hear what your comments are about what you think on this topic, because your comments are what's important, not necessarily mine. I don't care if you're Republican, I don't care if you're conservative, I don't care if you're liberal, I don't care if you're Democrat. I want to hear your opinion on these topics. I want to thank you yet again for listening to my video. Like, subscribe, and all that other hoopla. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.